Hello, everybody. This is my audience, Bella on the left, and then we have Ivan on the right. And I'm going to pass it to them to record me. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the harms of social media, as well as how you can limit these problems and better your life by limiting social media use. Excessive social media use, of course. But to start off, we all use social media in one way or another. Some of us can use social media more than others, but overall, all of us use social media, let's be honest. Using social media excessively, though, can become dangerous and harmful for you and the people around you. Have you ever caught yourself closing an app and then opening it back up not even a few seconds later? That's your addiction kicking in, wanting to get some more screen time. Addiction can create anxiety over time, which can sometimes lead to depression. Social media can also cause depression in ways such as cyberbullying, FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out, social isolation, and insecurities. But don't worry, I will talk to you about ways you can avoid these problems and limit your social media use and screen time in general. Today, I will talk to you guys about the harms of social media and how they can lead to depression and anxiety in teens, as well as how to solve this issue and limit your screen time overall. All right, and then social media has a lot of factors that can lead to anxiety. And depression within people who use social media can also grow as well. To start, according to the McLean Hospital, 69% of adults use social media, while 81% of teens use social media in the US alone. Social media has a huge number of the population, using social media, which means everybody's at a higher increased risk of, you know, depression and anxiety from excessive screen use. Um, People can get anxious from FOMO because they feel like they are on social media all day. They could miss something important. Missing out on experiences online can create anxiety and depression within people in real life and it can also affect your daily life as well. Social media also has its effects where users will compare themselves to others in such scenarios like, oh, why didn't I get as many likes as them? Or why did they get more likes than me? Or why do these people get more comments? Just more interactions in general. And then you also start thinking like, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? Like, what's wrong with me, and what can I change about myself? When it may not even be you in general. Um, these thoughts can also lead to you damaging yourself and your self-image, which can lead to that depression and anxiety you can feel inside yourself at times. Um, According to the McLean Hospital website again, the earlier teens start using social media, the greater impact they have on their mental health, which means the sooner you start, the worse you're gonna be. All right. And then, while men tend to become more aggressive physically as teens, females tend to exclude others and share harmful comments about each other, such as on social media when on social media the audience is increased, which gives them a bigger platform to talk bad about other people on, which can lead to cyberbullying, which can lead to depression in teens and other girls who are getting made fun of online. Obviously, this explains very well how it can affect someone's mental health, but it can also, cause depression. Now, to explain how to help solve this issue and limit your use on social media so that you can lower your chances of depression and anxiety, there are many small steps you can take to limit your social media use. According to psychiatry.com, I will give you a few examples of what you can do, and then I will further elaborate what you can do for each one. Some steps can be disabling notifications, tracking your daily, weekly usage, setting a schedule, and setting time limits. Setting time limits to be completely offline as well, and setting temporary breaks, such as breaks that can last days, a day or two, or even sometimes a week. These are really good, of course, just to get you away from the screen and start enjoying life outside of, what's online. Um, in order to track your daily and weekly usage, some phones have a built-in trackers that you can easily look at and track your screen time on specific apps and just your overall activity throughout a period of time. Setting time limits for yourself can be super helpful for you when limiting social media use because you can make sure that you use social media during certain times of the day, meaning you don't immediately wake up and get on your phone, and it's also not the last thing you do before going to bed. And then there's also times where you can limit your social media by just going out and having lunch and going to a park or something instead of sitting on the couch watching YouTube while you eat your ramen or whatever you eat. Um, Setting times to be completely offline can help you limit your social media use as well, because if you set a times aside where you don't use social media at all, which means blackout times from like 3 to 5 p.m., no social media, you can play guitar or video games or whatever hobbies you have, going out and running, reading a book. You can do all those things that you don't have to have your phone for. Um, Lastly, it is super important to take temporary breaks because aside from the fact that you are taking yourself away from the online world itself, you are also giving yourself an opportunity to do other enjoyable things for longer periods of times, like going on camping trips or taking weekend vacations to the river or seeing family in another state or outside of the country. There are, of course, other ways to help you limit social media usage, but everything varies and depends on who you are. I can only give you what I've learned from my research. Overall, this is just some help that I can provide to you to better your life and limit your screen time and social media use because it is going to benefit you and be better for you overall in the future. Um, and that's all for I have for you today. Thank you all for listening. You guys have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. There we go. There we go.